Hey guys, welcome back to Watch Takes on Watches with Oliver, episode 16. And for today's episode, we've got another Caravelle diving watch review for you. And in my picture here, we're going to find out what watch I'm going to be pulling from here. And as you can see, it is full of water. I usually like to put my water resistant watches in here. They are vintage, but I replaced the seals myself, so they're completely fine. So let's go ahead and pull out the watch to see what we got in store for you today. So I've got this right here, the Caravelle Diver 333 feet diving watch. So it's not the usual 666, this one's only rated for 333 feet. And it is in the gold variant with a burgundy bezel. And we'll be comparing it a little bit to its other Devil Diver counterpart, the Caravelle Setomatic Dual Day 666 feet Devil Diver watch. So we'll be comparing both watches and taking a look at more so the gold watch because it's a rare and unique piece. Alright guys, so before we begin, a little bit of a backstory on this watch and where I got it from. I typically get my watches off of eBay, and this particular model I had found pretty much new old stock. There was the original Tropic band, but it was really dingy and just really bad. So I ended up replacing it with this Tropic band, which is much newer, and I do love how it tapers off like the vintage one. And then I also put the gold buckle on it as well. It is 18 millimeter lugs. As you can see from this cushion case shape, it's hidden lug design. So any bracelet that you put on there makes it seem like it's integrated. It does have a gold dial with a burgundy bezel, which is nice. And it used to be a lot more burgundy, but it's aging, so it is fading quite nicely. But the outer markers do have 5-minute increments, and the inner marker actually has a 12-hour bezel on it. So there's 12-hour markers, so you could use it to indicate 2 time zones if you wanted to. There is one date right there, no day, and so it's a simple no-nonsense design. There's markers that have black on them as well, and if you notice, the lume plots are on the inner track of the markers rather than the outside. This one particular model is N6, so it is 1976. So this particular one is rated up to 333 feet. The crown is not screw down. There are gaskets in there as well, but the crown is not screw down, so just something to know. On the case back itself, it does have a 17 movement Swiss made movement, 17 jewels Swiss made movement. So we'll go ahead and open it up and show you what it looks like. All right, so I have removed the case back, and here it is in all of its glory. The 11 UTCD Caravelle movement, also based on the AS 1950 movement. So it's 17 jewels, hand wound, pretty easy to service, parts are still readily available, and it's also inexpensive to service as well. It keeps great time, and it's manual wound. So, you know, for some of you guys who like manual wound watches, you know, you wind it up every day. It does have a 40-hour power reserve, and you know, they say that you develop some innate connection with watches that you wind. I find it that because you have to wind it every day, that yeah, you end up developing a familiarity with winding the watch, and it makes you a little bit more connected to the watch and appreciate it more. But yeah, here's the movement right there. As you can see, there is a rubber gasket right there that also helps with its waterproofness. It's not really any thicker, I think, than the ones that are rated 666 feet. I really think the difference is in the crown right here. Whereas those has 2 gaskets, this one more than likely has 1 gasket. But other than that, it's a pretty simple, easy to service movement, and it is robust, reliable, and like I said, parts are readily available. All right, so you may ask, how did it stack up to the Devil Diver counterpart, which is right here? So the Devil Diver counterpart right here is rated to 666 feet, whereas this one's rated to 333 feet. They're both 18 millimeters lugs. They're both 38 millimeters in diameter. The bezels are both bidirectional, but the difference with the gold one is that the bezel does have a 12-hour marker, whereas the Devil Diver does not. And also the Devil Diver has a screw down crown as well, but the one rated for 333 does not. So which one do you think is your preference? I mean, they're both great watches. You could find them on the vintage watch market on eBay for around $200 to $300. The gold ones though are usually more beat up though. I will say that. The gold is just electroplated. It might not last as long. It does show scratches much easier than the stainless steel counterpart. And you can buff this one out, but you cannot buff the gold one out. You have to get it professionally replated. So that's pretty much my limited comparison on the two watches. Which one's right for you? Well, it's really up to you. Both are great watches. This has a dual day function as well, has the date and the day, whereas the gold one, the 333 feet, is only date only, right? So it's up to you which one you like, but that's pretty much my quick and fast review of the Caravelle 333 feet diving watch. If you like this video, please go ahead and give a like, put a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, as it really helps a lot. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.